What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Trey Love, live video. I don't know how to stop this music. It's out of control. That's weird. That's what I get for trying something new. You guys hear this music? Is it loud? Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it. It's kind of loud on my end, but as long as you guys can hear me. Okay. What up, everybody? It's kind of loud. Okay. Give me a second. It's weird because they give you option to select it, but you can't unselect it. That's really bizarre. Okay, I got it here. Just stop it. It's just an item. Okay, what up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? I just wanted to talk a little bit about the possible re-release of this cabinet and just get you guys' thoughts on it. I bought mine. I didn't buy mine when it first came out, so I had initially missed out on the cabinet. What up, Random One? What up, Dr. Mass Studio? Biggie D's Arcade here. Sir Sega. What's going on, everybody? Devil Waldo. Devil Waldo's ears are working real good. It's kind of loud out there, he said. So let me take this off here. Okay. So guys, just want to talk about it. You know, I'm usually watching the football games on Thursday nights up at the bar, like Michael B would say. And but there's no such game this Thursday. So I just want to talk about this here. And so I just wanted to ask the initial question. Did you guys miss out on the first run? Let me know if you guys have if you have the cabinet currently, or you're anticipating getting it when it becomes available. And usually I have so much content. I'm trying to get through the content. I'm not hanging with you guys. So I tonight I just want to hang with you guys and see what's on your mind. So let me know what your thoughts are. Did you guys miss out on the first run of Star Wars? Do you guys have the Star Wars? So the bad guy, Mike, says, I bought it on the first release and still have it. Okay, all right. So we got one person that has it. Anybody that missed out on it that's looking to get it? Let's see if I put me over there. There we go. Okay. Yep, BA said he does have it. Jason has the first one. I'll pass on this one. Happy for those that can pick it up. Curtis says, I didn't miss the first run. In fact, it was my first Arcade1up cap purchase. Depending on what's new, I might get it as well. Ben has one. Biggie D doesn't have one, but he saw the listing about an hour or two late to get one. So Life Reviewed saw one of the many scams for cabinets if it was $49. Dr. Mad Studio says he never really grew up playing arcade games. The only time he ever got the chance to play is when he was at the fair with his folks. I played tons of arcade games growing up, but I did not. I don't recall playing. I don't recall playing the Star Wars at all. I'm, back then the arcades were small. We had one. It wasn't until middle school that we had high school when we actually had an arcade an official arcade labeled as an arcade, and it definitely didn't have one there prior to high school, middle school, and the end of elementary school. It was just the bowling alley, the corner stores. They had just whatever they had. Okay. I have is an amazing cab. Looking to get it. Hope they have one, says Sony 4K. Delva Waldo doesn't have it. Would like to get it. Hopefully, it's in the right price range for them. And Gray 60 says, I don't have the nostalgic for it. I do recognize it. It's one of the better produced cabs, though. Probably going to pass up unless there's some crazy clearance, which is unlikely. And Goofy Foot's here. Didn't get the first one, holding out on the release to see what the price does over time. Okay. So someone had said something about the hype. I don't have it. I would like to get it. Let's see here. Right here. Okay. So Zero Redux says the hype up versus execution doesn't seem right. Okay. So I bought mine. I didn't. I missed out on the initial release. And then people were talking about, I'm like, I'd like to have that yoke. And so I looked for one and they were all gone. I did end up finding this company called Hamacher Schicklimmer. I don't know what the heck this name of this thing is. But it was one of those online magazine ordering companies. What do we have, guys, before the online came on where you can order? What was that? Mail order, right? We had mail order prior to the internet. And this company looked like it used to be a mail order company that went online and as that came available. But it looks like a German company. And I was able to find it. It was listed at $496, but they had a coupon, which I think I got it for like maybe $430, something like that. So I did miss out on the initial run, but I was able to get one without paying an arm and a leg. And so for those who purchased theirs, did you get the stand-up or the sit-down version? Because there was a sit-down version that had a very uncomfortable seat, is what I heard from people who did have one. So did you guys get the stand-up or did you get the sit-down? And while you guys are thinking about that, because there's always a delay here. So I'll start looking at these comments. So the bad guy says, I never played the game as a kid, but being a Star Wars guy, I had to buy it, and I'm glad I did. Dr. Mad Studio says it was mostly either PC or consoles that he played it on through his childhood. Not much of a gamer nowadays since things get busy when you get older. And Watcher 23 says the game is not that great. So there's 3 games on there, we'll talk about. So look like we got Chris has got the stand up. Sir Sega's got the stand up. So Random One, he got his a second hand and as a stand up. Random One, I'm curious, what did you pay for it as second hand? Just curious. Jason has the stand up. I still love playing it or just looking at it. Okay, so we have someone, Ben. Ben has the sit down and traded it for a Star Wars riser. Got the sit down and traded it for a Star Wars riser. So you didn't like the sit down? Was it uncomfortable? That's what I heard. The padding wasn't very thick. So Ben, if you want to update that. Random One, if you want to update what your price was. So $500. Okay, so fair price for something that's hard to get, right? I appreciate you coming by. Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. All right, we shall see, Biggie D. The Outrun and Star Wars sit-downs just seem too low from pictures I've seen. Yeah, all of these cabinets really come down to what your height is, right? So Mike the bad guy Mike says his was a sit down, but it felt too small, so he turned it in for a stand up. So people had issues with the comfort level, with the height adjustments, sitting down. Um, the sit down looked odd, and the sit down, you know, they didn't do like a cockpit, right? They just did the just a seat, and I had mentioned when I was considering getting it, I thought it would have been cool if they made the riser a bench, right? That you could, if you didn't want to stand up, you could take it off the riser and then sit down on the riser. That would have been pretty cool. That way you could get it down lower and sit down on it to give you an option. That would be cool if they did that with the re-release. Devil Waldo said he wouldn't want to sit down. Zero Redux says, just think about it. Why do you need this big ramp up for a Monday announcement when the retailer would probably be sold out by then? Why not announce at CES? Now, I mentioned before when people were all complaining about the cabinets that were released at CES. I said at that time, we know those aren't the only cabinets that's going to come out this year. Sometimes they announce them, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do these on-site pre-orders, and then they sell them to Sam's Club, and then those come out. So sometimes the retailers dictate when they're going to be available, and sometimes they don't tell Arcade1up. So Arcade1up has never really been the best communicator for announcing cabinets. So it's always up in the air. But it's like anything: either you grab it when you can, or you wait for the price to go down. There's always a risk of missing out. So it all depends on how important it is to you. I got mines at GameStop. Says 9 Scorpios for $385. Good price. They were on clearance. Just sold a couple of months ago. Now, 9 Scorpions. I said Scorpio. 9 Scorpions. Did you sell yours in anticipation for the new one? Let me know. No, I don't know what they're releasing. I was just asking because I know there were two, so just having a discussion. Because I don't know, would you guys prefer a sit down? Would you like a stand up one? Just having the conversation. So let's talk about it. The quality of the first run was unexpected. The quantity of the first run was unexpected. Would have bought it for 400 stand up then if I knew it was well built. I don't know that it's built any solid than any of the other ones. It had a little different shape. I don't know. I think the way the yoke is, some of these cabinets move around when you're playing it. I don't recall that ever moving around when I played it, but I think the position of the yoke forces you to have a different pressure points on it. I don't know. I don't think that was built any better. I think it's a nice looking cabinet, but I don't know that it was better quality than the other ones. Not into a sit down machine. Not even a racer, BA. You wouldn't be into a sit down racer. I know I played stand up racers initially, like pole position, right, in those games. So what up, Paul? So I would be interested in a sit down one if it was done right. If it was done right, I would be sit down. I would be interested in the right cabinet, preferably a driving cabinet, right? So Thor KC says he would get whatever he can, but ideally I would prefer a sit down. Favorite memory was the way the Star Wars music surrounded me inside that sit down cabinet. Well, if it looks like this one, you wouldn't get that same effect, right? Because they didn't build a cab, they just built the seat. Okay, so the next question. Again, we're just talking out here. What excites you about the cabinet? So for those who have the cabinet, for those who are anticipating the cabinet, what is it that excites you about the cabinet? Is it the games? Is it the look of it? Is it the nostalgic effect of the memories that it brings back? What excites you about the cabinet? And BA said yes, if he would do a sit down if it was a racer and if it was done right. So what excites you guys about this Star Wars cabinet? Is it the look? It's just you're just a big fan of Star Wars and you like to collect all things Star Wars? Exactly what? Uh, so David says to this day is the only cab that is out of the box. That's a 10 and 10 out of the box. I have to agree. I think I had a little mar on my backlit marquee, but yeah, it's a beautiful looking cabinet for sure. I talked about it the other day on Super Game Room Dues. Uh, when I started thinking about it, because someone asked me, either it was Brad or Hollywood Polo, or someone asked me, what's the least played game in my cabinet in my collection, and I always thought it was IRK, but really it's the Star Wars. It's the least played one in my arcade, but I still like the cabinet and I do play it, but it is the least played. Again, because I didn't play it. When people come over, they always want to try it out and play it. So I'm glad I have it in the arcade, but it's definitely the least played for me. It's one that I didn't have any nostalgic connection to. All right, so let me get to the comments here. So for Bobby Broadway, what's going on, Bobby? The uncommon joystick or the yoke is what got him excited about it. He wished 1UP would focus on the games that require the yoke so that we can play different games, right? Okay. I'd agree. A lot of us saw Bobby, not Bobby Boo, but um, my boy B Kong with Kongs or Us. He modded his, put a PC in there, has like 100 and something games in there, racers, drivers, space shooters, a lot of things. I definitely am thinking about doing that with my cabinet. I believe he got Glenn's from the retro show, Glenn's retro show. His yoke, which is a USB yoke, Star Wars yoke, and he was able to put the PC in there and get lots of games. So let me get caught up on the comments here. The side art, the bad guy Mike, the side art is downright amazing. I would have to agree. It's a beautiful looking cab. Nine Scorpions said, not buying a new one. I sold about 80% of my collection due to moving to a new place. Gray 60 says, what excites me is the quality, even if it isn't my jam. I get behind a quality made cabinet since maybe the next one will follow that line. Okay. Paul says, I love the yoke and the gameplay. Yeah, the yoke feels absolutely awesome. And it works well with the games. I never played the third game for some reason. I don't know. It didn't look appealing to me. Maybe I'll try that tonight. Random One says the nostalgic of it. He remembers playing in the cockpit at his local arcade when he was a kid. Goofy Foot says the dedicated controls and gameplay is what gets him excited about it. Thor KC says, when I was a kid, playing this game was often the most real Star Wars I could have, since home video games were not so common. So I had a lot of fond memories linked to the Star Wars and the Tron arcades. Chris says, the looks of it, the games, the flight yoke, just love having the special controls. Yeah, it's cool to have different things in your arcade. Everything's just not, a joystick only. It's not just, 6 buttons and a joystick. You want to have, in my case, I like to have different things. I like to have the trackball. I like to have games that don't need a joystick, like my Atari Legacy. Like to be able to play the older games that just require just the buttons pressed. So I like to have a mixture. So I agree. Bobby Broadway says, I'm 41, never saw a Star Wars in arcade. I'm sure when I was a kid in the 80s it was there, but I don't remember much until the Pit Fighter Street Fighter Beast Master Days. See, I'm not even sure what the Pit Fighter is. The bad guy says Star Wars is probably my most played cabinet. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, I see. The Beastmasters. Um, not Beastmasters, but Ultra Beast. Got you. Sony K 4K says, I wonder when it will be up for sale again. I'm not aware. Some people are saying it's already been made available. I don't know anything. I don't know either way. Thor KC says, and yeah, the unique control scheme of the yoke is really different, really immersive, and potentially precise. He really likes it. Paul says, the first time I played it was at Pizza Hut a long time ago. You know the rest. My Pizza Hut always just had the sit down, um, what we call cocktail arcades. Devil Waldo says it's a beautiful machine, beautiful machine. Wish they redesigned it to get rid of the riser. Okay, so that's on this wish list. My Hawk hurts. Uh, what up, Doe Detroit love? That's how we speak. That's how we say hi here. I like the look, but have no love for these games. Besides, I already have Glenn's yoke on my at games. I wish I could get behind a cab with the Sega Star Wars games or the Star Wars Racer. Interesting. Yeah, the Racer I had that on PC. That was pretty awesome. This isn't the actual cab, is it? No, no. This is just the old one, Nooner. This is the old one. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Pit Fighter. I don't recall. And Sony K says looks like 314. The bill of ladings has 314, and it looks like they're gone already. Biggie D is insisting still that they were at Best Buy and sold out. Do you have a listing for that, Biggie D? If you can put the link in the comments, that'd be nice. And if they had a listing, what's different about it? I'd be interested to know. So of those games, yeah, go ahead and put the link in the show links. So Zero Redux is saying they sold out at Walmart too. Okay, so what are your favorite games of those three? Because they have the three, right? They have Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back, and the Return of the Jedi. I don't believe I've ever played Return of the Jedi for some reason. So for those who have it, and for those who are looking to purchase the next one, the redesigned one, or the re-release, or whatever the case it is, what is your favorite game that you like playing? Now, I know it takes a second for the comments to take effect. So while we're waiting for those comments to come in, Devil Waldo says Pit Fighter was Mortal Kombat before Mortal Kombat, and it was not that great. Yeah, that's probably, excuse me, that's probably why I don't know anything about it. Okay, so here's answers to this question. So Empire, the Empire Strikes Back is Zero Redux favorite. Paul, you are partial to just the one that's just labeled Star Wars, and that's the one I tend to play whenever I turn it on. I don't see a link, so let me. No, I don't see a link in the. Oh, but I'm not. I'm not on the actual page. Let me go to my studio. While I'm waiting on some of these um, comments to come up. What's your favorite of the three games? And see if I see comments because they may block it. No, I don't see any link from you. Well, I guess I can look for or Biggie D. Can you send it to me in the messenger? Okay, so I didn't see any link. So Chris says his favorite is Empire Strikes Back. Anybody like the Return of the Jedi? Because I don't think I've ever played that one. Thor, Mike Hawk is telling Thor KC that he got Glenn's yoke during the Black Friday sale. It's a super cool deal. Random One likes both Star Wars and Empire Strike Back. Are we gonna get any votes for the Return of the Jedi? I've never played, or I don't recall if I played it for a few seconds. I've never gone back to it. The bad guy Mike says Empire Strike Back is his favorite. So Zero Redux says Return of the Jedi messes with his eyes. Um, Facebook Messenger. Let me get over there. Okay. Not sure why it's not letting me pick this. Just click on the link, but we'll try and copy and paste it. All right. Okay. So the now we would have to look at the SKU. It says release date was 2019. So that's the old cabinet apparently. So let me share screen. Okay. So this is what the guy's saying is sold out. So if you look here, the release date is 10/31/2019. So this is not the re-release. This is the regular one. This looks identical to mine. So it looked like they may have gotten some old stock that they found in the warehouse and brought it out, because this is clearly the first run. So it's not the new release. So BA says I only had Atari Empire Strikes Back, and Travis also confirms that the Walmart listing is an old listing. It is a new. I just confirmed that the Best Buy listing is not the new cabinet. That's a old listing. So so the new ones have not been released and sold out already, because those are old listings. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go on to the next question. So, what do you want to be different on this new cabinet? So, the new cabinet, do you want them just to release it the same way it was before, or do you want something to be different? And if you want something to be different from the first release, what is it? You want it to be without a riser, you want it to be taller, you want it to be have some new games. Um, what do you want? What do you want to see on the new cabinet? So again, we've already confirmed. Okay, so here we are. So we want to have leaderboard. But the bad guy Mike says he wants it to have the leaderboards. So we wanted to have the Wi-Fi antenna to give us the online leaderboards. Okay. So Jason says they won't want to mess with the software at all to ruin a good thing. They haven't had enough time to recode it since they showed interest in the cab. If anything, it will be a coin door. Okay. So Jason wants a coin door. I'm definitely a fan of coin doors. You know, I my best cabinets, my modified Galaga, my modified Street Fighter have real coin doors. I am a fan of coin doors. My Blitz, which came with a coin door, I put the light on it, so it has the backlit lights because I like the look of that. And my Killer Pro right behind me has the backlit coin door, or the lit coin door with functional keys. Okay, so I'm a big fan of coin door, so I would agree with Jason. I would want it to have the coin door. Uh, um, so BA says no riser. Nooner says he would like it to be taller. He would want it to be the XL, or at least a deluxe without the riser. He wants the coin door and a tilted screen. Okay, okay. Zero Redux says he wants the flush marquee, a more accurate design, a lit coin door, no riser, and molded plastic beams around the monitor. Okay. Chris says no riser, better speakers, taller, and at least the same quality yoke. Random one would like it to be a little bit taller, will be nice, and he would like to have the coin door. Curtis has got some big hopes. Love to see the Sega software, but they won't. But they won't have games from mixed companies. But other Atari games with the yoke would be nice. Hydra, Stun Runner, Road Blaster. Wow, that would be nice. And a little bit of drama. Just want online for Marvel versus Capcom 2, says Delando Dave. Um, okay, so now people want a lot of different things. What do you want to pay? You get all these things you want. What do you want to pay for this cabinet? Some of you guys asked for the sky and the moon, the stars, the moon, the sky. Uh, so what would you pay if it had all the things that you want? What would you pay? Multi Cave Matt coming in at $399, $399 going once, $399 going twice. Can we get 450, 400, 400, 400, 450? All right, so Jason M says $599 if deluxe, $450 to $500 if it's a re-release. Okay. Thunderbird, what's going on, brother? Hadn't seen you in a while. This is one of my favorite cabs. I thought Donkey Kong was your favorite cab, or are you saying your favorite cab from Arcade1up? Okay, so Jason says you won't see $399. He's probably right. Delando got over the drama. He says $400 or $450. $4 or $450 is his mark there. The bad guy says $499 or $5 is fair if it's just a re-release with minor changes. Nooners coming in, willing to pay a little bit more if it's XL, $500 to $450. Best Buy, again, those old ones, the old ones that they had on that were $450 today. So, when it first came out, it was $499, I believe, right? $499 was the original price of it. I got mine a little bit later and a little bit cheaper. And yep, so it was $599, but it started going on sale. So Thunderbird got his for $549, and he paid that again. Thunderbird, you didn't chime in. What would you like to see different? Or you're saying just release it the same way so everyone else that didn't get one can get one? Clarify that for me. Would you like to see anything different if they re-released, or just re-release it the same way? Paul said he's going to let them get out there and stay for a while, and hopefully they go on clearance for $249. He would grab one. Okay, so Thunderbird clarified it's his favorite Arcade1up cabinet. And Chris is saying he's all in if it's pro. He would pay the $1,000. So if it was the pro, so we know it would be riserless. It would be have a coin door that's functional and lit up, and it would be taller. So Um, so if it's anything like that, it would definitely be probably at that price. So Thunderbirds would like the software to have the Star Wars trilogy. I have no idea uh, what games those are, but apparently they're better, nicer, I would imagine. So Multi K Matt is saying he was going to continue to look online for the old ones. So if a lot of people are looking to, they're selling theirs off and looking to get the new one, they're taking some risks, right? Because if they just re-release the same one, then they might end up paying more because they probably sold the old one for less than what the new one would be. So, uh, so there's some opportunity of getting some on Facebook Marketplace and those type of places because people have been selling theirs in anticipation. Um, and Devil Waldo saying he feel bad for those people who bought one today if they're the old stock, and they clearly are the old stock, only to see them announced with an upgraded version on Monday. Uh, Pikachu, what up? What up? What up? Jason Elm is saying you can return the old one for 15 days, so don't open it if you see Monday's announcement. Good advice. He also says keep an eye on Best Buy for more coming. All right. And Nooner's going to wait to see what it looks like and what the price is before he buys another. I definitely think about modding mine. So 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 this is a different question. Where do you want to purchase it? Do you want to buy yours from Arcade1up direct? Do you want to get it from wait and see if Sam's Club get it because Sam's Clubs will match the price if it goes down. So Sam's Club, if they're one of the buyers for it, do you want to purchase it from there? Do you want to purchase it from Best Buy because Best Buy always has a don't pay or no interest across a year or 2 years? Do you want to get it from Kohl's so you can get your Kohl's cash? Is Amazon your place? Do you want to see it available on Amazon? Where do you want to purchase yours from? So let me know in the comments. And so while that's going to take a second for those to come, what up, Chris? Welcome to the party. Tyler V says, Detroit Love, are you sure it's going to be a Star Wars cab? All indicators point to something being released. I don't know if it's the same one re-released, if it's as same as is, or if it's the same style as before with some minor tweaks. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, the thing with Arcade1up is whenever they may have things that were produced but never announced or never released, and so there's no guarantee on where the cabinets fit in, because you say, okay, you would say, okay, if it came out, a new cabinet came out today, it should at least have a molded coin door, right? That's the logical thing to think. The so it should have upgraded, controls. But I don't know if you can upgrade the yoke to be any better. No one seemed to have had much of a problem with the last one. The first one had a backlit marquee, so it should have that. It's still, so I don't know where they can improve it beyond and keep the price right. Some people ask for a whole lot of things. They can obviously give you more software. So I'm not sure if there's going to be one, but all indicators seem to be that they will be one coming soon. So did you guys answer the question of where do you want to buy it? Nooner says whoever has the cheapest one. Devil Waldo said he's never buying directly from Arcade1up simply because of the ease of returns. Right. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. And so Paul has a good question. So if you do buy it from, say, Kohl's and you want to return it, is there a restocking fee? So that would dictate possibly where you would buy it. DK Slipper says, I already have my Star Wars cabinet. It would have to be a Sega trilogy for him to buy it. My Hawk Hurt says this Monday is the announcement, which is also the 30th anniversary of WWE Monday Night Raw. Jason M says Missile Command has a similar tilt at the top of the cab, referring to the New Wave toy model. But because the Arcade1up teaser has the freaking Death Star trench in it, you have your answer. All right, so it looked like we got all the. Mike Hurt says he always goes to Best Buy with in-store pickup. Just making sure I didn't miss any. Okay, so I don't see anyone else that's answered this question. All right, so I think I just got one last question here. Okay, so this last question is: do you need to sell anything to make room? Do you have to sell anything to make room for this new cabinet if you're indeed are going to buy it? All right. So, and while I'm waiting for people because there's a delay, Tyler says if it's trilogy, count him in. Take his money. Jason doesn't even think that Monday's announcement is going to be Star Wars. He thinks it's going to be a new cabinet. Jason also is going to have to sell one of his kidneys to be able to buy this. Is that what you need, or you're saying they can have your money and your kidney if it has trilogy? And Chris is saying he would either sell his original Star Wars or he would have to sell his root beer tapper. Oh no, he's saying he's guessing Monday's announcement would be. Chris, clarify. Are you saying you think Monday's announcement is Star Wars, or you think they should announce a root beer tapper with a fridge? So Monty K. Matt said he's got plenty of space, so he don't have to sell anything. Curtis said he'll make room. Damn it. Paul says he have D level space, so he can add cabs, so he don't have to sell anything. Nooner says I'll just have to sell a lie about it being isn't that new. I have it for years. Absolutely. This old thing has always been here. When's the last time you've been out here? Okay. DK Slipper says I have one spot left. 2 if it's trilogy. I would have to move my arcade out the way to somewhere else. Thunderbird already has his, which he loved and definitely won't get away, but he would sell his first gen Galaga possibly for a deluxe edition or build a new one. Chris still has plenty of room. He'll knock down 3 walls in his basement. Okay. And so Monty K. Matt is hoping that Buy Stuff Store does something similar than what they did with the Ridge Racer and allows a mod to be able to just use your existing hardware and plug in a little Android box and get these games that you're missing. That would be awesome. Devil Waldo says, do I need to sell anything? My answer is no, but my wife's answer would be different. I can relate to that. Absolutely. Chris is hoping that Monday's announcement is Time Crisis or Track and Field. Man, Track and Field when I was a kid used to tear my fingers up. Back. No way in this God's green earth would I get a Track and Field with these 56-year-old hands. No way. I would not be able to pick up anything for a week if I tried to play Track and Field today. Not going to happen. I'll leave that for you youngins. Paul says, I'll just tell my wife I won it in a contest. Okay. Curtis says, this cab, it was a pre-order years ago. I completely forgot about it. Right, absolutely. All right, guys. So I just wanted to talk about this thing here. Like I said, normally I'm out at the bar and on Thursday nights, but I had some free time, so I'm glad you guys came by to hang out with me. I always like to just chew the fat with you guys. Um, John D said something. What did he say? What is this zero? John D said, we listened to the community and no one was really asking for track and field or time crisis. I was hoping it would be the Donkey Kong. Should I start a free Donkey Kong movement? Anybody will sign that petition? We'll fly over to Japan and go to the Nintendo headquarters. That's the cabinet I want. Biggie D, thanks for coming through. Thank you, everybody, for coming through, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Nooner says with the quality of Arcade1up's buttons, track and field would not last through the night. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. I think I'm almost to 5,000. So if you look down and you see the button says subscribe, go ahead and click that for me. Because I'm almost at 5,000. Every time I say that, then few of you guys go and unsubscribe. And so then I'm back to 66. So maybe I won't mention it. Free Donkey Kong, baby. There you go. Let's start the movement. We definitely have some support. Hey, anytime, RTK. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Hell yeah. Free Donkey Kong. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. It's always fun hanging with you guys, especially on the Thursday, which never happens. Paul is always my biggest fan, man. I appreciate you. 5K all the way. Great to chime in, always watch and support you, but seldom give input. I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys, man. I know we all can't make it in so many shows, and I'm never consistent. So how can you ever know when I'm going to be on? So I'm glad you whatever popped up to say that I was going live, because I didn't do any announcements on any of the Facebook pages. I just went live like I always do. Thanks, Paul. BA would definitely support a Donkey Kong. Yep, I would normally be having a beer tonight, but tonight is H2O. Not even on the rock. Not even on the rocks. Shaken. Chris down for the free DK movement. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if I wish they would just do it themselves. It doesn't have to be through Arcade1up. They can start their own cabinet company. I'm all down for that. 3/4 scale or pro size. Absolutely. Thank you guys, man. You have a good evening as well. Star Wars XL, last prayer from Nick. All right. And do I have... Oh, I don't have my closing video on here. Subscribe, baby. Who is that? Console fanboy? Let's see. Love. Logos? Nope. Sure enough, don't. Video. All right, so I'll keep saying thank you. Good night, all. Late to the party. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the subscription, TK. Hit that like button on your way out as well, guys. Now, ever since I said I'm leaving now, we got more people on. So maybe I won't. Look, Adam's in the house. What's going on, man? We were just doing some chatting about the Star Wars pending re-release of some sort, definitely hit that like button. Everyone says they want Donkey Kong until they play and remember it's not that easy like Super Mario. Man, I love that's still my game. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. The third one, I'm not such a fan of. Now, I was playing this Donkey Kong in my Oculus Quest, my virtual reality, where you're actually in the board. It's not to scale. It's not exactly laid out, but you're Mario. You get the hammer, the virtual hammer. And you're smashing the barrels and jumping over the barrels. Uh, and I think it's just one board. You get to the top, it says you won. So, but that was a little weird to play that on the Quest. All right, let me see if my outro video is up. Here it is. So we'll let that go while everybody's saying their goodbyes. I don't know if I can overlay the chat while it's doing that, but let's try it. Turn.
For watching Detroit Love. Please subscribe to the channel. Like and share the video. We want to see and read your comments below. And until next time, I'll see you on the web.
Random one, I see you snuck in a super chat, man. I appreciate that. $5 super chat. Let's get D-Love to 5K. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Treehouse Kids, love you. Think they ever make a dedicated Arcade1up paperboy with handlebars? If there's enough demand for it, I have always sucked at paperboy. I don't know how people like that game. Uh, it's a very difficult game to play without a doubt. But if there's enough demand, if they can make money off it, they're in a business to make money. So they definitely would do it if there's a big demand for it. I love the Pie Factory. Yeah, Pie Factory is difficult board on Donkey Kong for sure. Those belts moved awfully fast, and the fire's chasing you. Adam's excited for the people that missed out on the first run of the Star Wars, and he's just hoping they can get theirs. Like I said, it's a beautiful cabinet. I definitely like the look of it. I'm glad I have it in my arcade. Again, I don't play it a whole lot, but when people come over, I like it to be available for them to play. And I do play it from time to time, but just not all that often. All right. Until next time, guys, I'll see you on the web. Thank you.